All right, we're back out in the shop again today. I've got Levi behind the camera. If you check out the carpet, it did not lay down as good as I was hoping. It did a little bit, but not much. So here, let me see that. I'll show you this wrinkle over here. This is the worst spot. It's here in the back seat. We've got this really bad ridge right here. So we're gonna punch the holes in for where the seat belts go and hopefully get this to stay down. And I'm hoping that maybe some of that'll come out. We'll see. We are gonna have to glue the edges. I think here, Levi, I'll give you the camera back. With some spray adhesive, we're gonna glue the edges. But for this weekend, I think it's gonna be mostly, well, all interior stuff. We're gonna get all the water guards or the splash guards behind here on the door panels and start on the dash. We should be able to get the dash pad installed. We've got a new dash pad. We've got the old original radio. Unfortunately, somebody has cut the dash here and added some holes. So we're gonna have some gaps there. I don't know that there's anything I'm gonna be able to do with that. I didn't really want to put an aftermarket radio in this, but in order to cover up the sheet metal cuts there, we might have to go with some sort of aftermarket radio. But before we put the gauge cluster in, I've got a new speedometer cable coming. We've got to do that before we get this back in. That won't be here till next week, but I noticed when we drove this to town here a few weeks ago to finish washing the interior and everything, that wasn't spinning when I was going down the road. So I'm assuming the cable's broke somewhere. So we're gonna put a new one in it. But first thing today, we're gonna mess with this carpet and try and get it to lay down the best we can. All right, so I got one seat belt hole right here. I'm gonna just kind of try and tuck this down, find my hole. Once I get the carpet where it's supposed to be. It's right there. I'm just gonna take a punch, make a hole. See if I can't work a bolt through there. So I don't have the seat belts right now, so I'm just stacking a crap load of washers on there. That way it actually pins this to the side over here. Now this side can't go anywhere. All right, now we just got to do that several more times. We'll do the holes for the seats the same way. Since we don't have the seats done, we can't actually put the seats in to hold the carpet down here in the middle. Yeah. right, got the shifter boot in. I actually had to pull the front carpet back out because that boot is supposed to be screwed to the floor pan before the carpet goes in. But the carpet's set back into place now. Shifter boot's all in. That looks good. I've got to put the shifter ball on yet, but so this is the old original one. And I thought it might be kind of cool if I take some white paint pen and just fill in everything, and then I'll let it dry and sand it off. I'm gonna see how this turns out. It might not work. We'll see. I'm wondering if I should just try and wipe it off while it's wet instead of letting it dry, because I don't really want to sand this. Make sure I get everything filled in real good. Try and wipe it off now. Grab me a couple paper towels, bud, please.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. If that doesn't work, then I'll apply some more and let it dry. Well, it actually filled them in quite nicely, but I got to get that excess off of there now. All right, I might try some brake clean. There we go.
It's perfect.
Yeah, I like that. This ball's a little beat up. It's not real shiny anymore, but that's all right. I like it. All right, I think that's as good as we're gonna make this wrinkled rug look. I'm happy with it, I guess. Hopefully it gets better. Hey, eyes up, nobody wants to see that. Moving on from there, we need to do the water shields on all these. These right here. On our door panels, we got water shields to go on here. And then we got new door panels, but we are reusing the old back kick panels. So they are in okay shape. They're somewhere around here. I don't know. You'll see them here shortly, I guess. Anyways, moving forward. Well, that was easy. Those went pretty good. No issues there. Moving on to the next thing. Now we've got the dash and the radio is next. So I don't know if this is the original radio or not. I thought this was kind of cool. My buddy's grandpa must have either wrote down who he got it from or just made some notes on there when he took it out. Not sure if it's the original one or if it came from this Jim Snelling. Not sure on the pronunciation there. Steven got his phone number on there. Thought that was kind of cool. There's the dash. We're going to throw these two things in next. Oh, and the glove box doors over here somewhere. The glove box was shot. We're just going to throw the door back on and not worry about putting in a new compartment for now. Maybe eventually we'll get around to that, but for right now I'm not worried about it. that's enough for today. We got quite a bit accomplished today. I lost my cameraman. He went down to hang out with one of his buddies. But I think she's looking pretty good. Very happy with all the interior parts that came in that kit. They seem to be pretty good quality and everything's going together good. I'm liking it. Next step is seats and upholstery. The front seats, Chelsea and I are gonna try and tackle that ourselves. I'm not looking forward to it. It doesn't look like it's terribly hard, just very time consuming. I don't know, I've never done it before. We're gonna find out how it goes, but that'll be our next step. That's what we're gonna start on tomorrow, I think. So, all right, we'll see you tomorrow. All right, we're back out in the shop again today. We got Chelsea behind the camera. She's gonna help me with the upholstery on these seats. Before we get started putting the foam and everything on here, we've got some old fabric from when we built our camper. We're gonna just put that under the foam because the old, what was it called? The burlap was worn out and we had to remove it, so we weren't able to reuse that part of it. This is the first time we've ever done seats, so it's a learning process for us. Probably put you on time lapse for most of it, but we'll give it a shot. All right, it's a new day out in the shop. So I was going through the footage from yesterday where we were working on the seats, trying to figure out where we were in the video, where we left off. And I don't know what happened to the footage. Most of it's gone. So, which we actually didn't film all of it because we ran into a huge problem yesterday, which we mentioned in the footage that's no longer on here. But the upholstery for the bottom seat cushions is wrong. It's meant for cushions that have a high bolster on the side of your hips here. Obviously we just kind of slipped everything together on the bottoms and threw it together anyways because I wanted to drive it because I'm impatient. But the backs turned out good. We got a few wrinkles in that one over there, but other than that, I think they look pretty nice. So contacted the company, emailed them, sent them pictures. They're supposed to be getting us either the correct cushions for this upholstery or the correct upholstery for these cushions. So these will come back out once that comes in 6 weeks or 8 weeks from now, whatever. These took, I think it was 8 weeks to come in. So I'm kind of expecting a long wait for the next set. We'll see. But have another problem. Just took this thing to town this morning just to fill it up and get it registered. And I've got a fuel leak, so I'm gonna get you raised up in the air. I'll show you what's going on there. All right, I got it up in the air. I'll show you what I found. Thought it was gonna be the sending unit gasket, but it's actually this line. I might have to get a flashlight so you can actually see that, but it's this line right here coming off the sending unit going into the hard line that goes down the frame rail. So I don't know how much we lost going down the highway just from town to here. It's only 5 miles, but I would say we lost a few gallons. I'm gonna try and save what I can because this is the good stuff, 91 octane, ethanol free. But I'm gonna have to let that drain until it stops puking, and then I can pull that line off and replace it. So in the meantime, I'm probably gonna get started on these brakes and the speedometer cable. All right, change plans. I'm not gonna do the brakes first because it's just too high in the air for me right now to get the wheels off and everything. So we're gonna start with this U-joint and the speedometer cable. Oops, and kick the light, that helps. Maybe now you can see, come on. Oh, fucking fake. There. Anyways, got that little bit of play right there. So we're gonna start with that, and yes, pinion seal's leaking too. They do not have one in town, so we're just gonna take this apart, do the U-joint, ignore that for now. I'll top it off. I did order one, it is coming, but that'll be another weekend. At least this way, be able to put some more miles on this thing and drive it a little more this weekend. So get you tucked under here. Figure out where to put you. Can't get the wrench on there because there's so much gunk built up around these nuts. the right way with that. Still can't get in there. Might just be my wrench is too thick. I'll get in there on that one. Oh, that's nice and tight. Not. Well, everything's well lubricated. Might end up having to get another gas can out here because that's not showing any signs of slowing down back there. Yeah, I'm gonna thin this wrench out just a little bit. It doesn't quite want to fit in there. Alright, I just ran that across the belt sander for a little bit. Got a little thin, but luckily these don't require a lot of torque, as you saw with that first one. It was about hand tight, and that seems to hold it together. So, but it fits in there a lot better now. Now we can get on these. Alright, this should be ready to just slip out of here now. Get these straps off the rest of the way. There is a U-joint at the front too. It's not just the slip yoke up there, but we'll see. It's kind of tucked in there, so we're going to check that one on the bench. Oh yeah, I should have put a rag down and dumping all that oil out the back of the tranny. Dang it. Wow, quite a bit. Looks pretty clean. Very clean, actually. Yeah, it doesn't smell bad. I guess I'll top that off now too. I'm gonna need an oil pan. This is way more than a rag is gonna catch. Or some salted pads. Let's try that instead. These are used ones anyways. They're about used up. Might as well finish them off. Okay, where was I? Drive shaft. We'll get you over to the bench and we'll start working on this U-joint. Alright, we got her all set up in the vise over here. This one has the internal clips on it. On the inside here, we should probably clean that off a little bit first. Yeah, that ain't gonna touch that 40-year-old piece. Just gotta dig until you find them. Oh, moved it. Oh, I don't even need the hammer for that one. Look at that. Right there. Need the hammer for that one either. Drive this thing out of here. Little tiny U-joint's a little tougher. It's barely going to catch on the vise here. I know some of you are going to say you're going to bend the ears doing it this way. Yep. Probably. And guess what? They bend back. Not too concerned with the 95 horsepower that this little 6-cylinder's got left. It's not going to snap this thing. Need pliers. Now, if it bends the ears a little bit, that's all right. You just take a hammer and tap on this side after you get everything reassembled. Bring it back down. Sometimes you got to tap them back out anyways, because when you put the new U-joint in, you'll be in a bind. Everything doesn't want to turn freely. And you have to get your hammer in there and tap those ears up or down, whatever. Out of there. Stay up there. All right, found it. Might be about time for a new flap wheel. This one isn't doing much flapping anymore, but it'll still take the rust off of here and any pitting. Maybe. Yeah, it's doing a little bit. When I do these, I like to take a socket and put it in the vise with it and push the cap beyond where it actually needs to go. And then I will put that retainer clip on the inside and then get my cap started on the other side, start pressing the other cap in. That way you're not trying to split the difference with your U-joint by sliding your U-joint out far enough to catch this cap. If you go beyond where it needs to be, it gives you a little extra on your opposite side. Anyways, that's how I do it. You can do it however you want. I think I had a bearing fall down in there, even though it all felt good. Crap. Man. Drive it back out. Which I hate doing. Looks straight in there. Now I probably popped out of the other side completely and dropped a bearing in there. Nope, we're good. The seat's all the way right there against the seal. That side floats good. So what do we got going on here? Try it again. I don't know. It feels better. We're not down all the way still. Still not, because I can't get that clip in there yet. Well, whatever it was, it fixed itself. It's all nice and easy to turn now. Or was that cap? But I don't think so. I didn't see anything wrong with it. Nope. Need a couple more taps. Looks like it'll go now. Yeah. Okay, now this is what I was talking about. You may have to bend your ears back a little bit. See, right now it's bound up because I had to get it that last little bit in there. So lay it on your vise and just get it over there. And that should free it up. Nope. I lied. Gotta hit it harder. There we go. Now she's nice and free, and that's not too much because I can't move it up and down. If you did have some slop this way, you could tap them back in a little bit. Okay, I did check this U-joint. It's tight. Our output, our yoke shaft here looks good. There's no pitting where the seal rides, or no groove, I should say. So we're good on this end. All right, back in the car. You might hear off to your left there a little bit that fuel tank is still draining. Oh, one thing I did not look at, is there a keyway on this one? No, does not matter where it goes. Get in there. I had you in there just a minute ago. Now you're going to be stubborn. Okay. We'll zip these back on real quick and then move on to the speedometer cable. All right, moving on to this speedometer cable here. I already pulled it down from the firewall because it's obviously the gauge cluster is still removed up there. So that end was easy just to pull through the firewall up there. We got 7/16 up there. There's one bolt holding that in. Yep, 7/16. Oh, another one that's super tight. Apparently you don't need tools to work on these older cars. Everything's hand tight. Turn this gear, yeah, if I turn that gear, I'm getting no rotation on that end that's supposed to go into the back of the speedometer. So there's a chance that the mileage on that odometer is incorrect. But judging by the car, I'd say it's pretty dang close. And maybe this broke. Just sitting, pretty unlikely though. Yeah, you're not supposed to be able to pull that out. All right, let's see if the new one is the right length. Probably not. They had, for whatever reason, they had like 4 options. For whatever reason, they had like 4 options to choose from. 2 of which didn't have the threaded nut for the back of the speedometer, so I know that those were wrong. Well, this one looks different too. Wonderful. But I did not measure it ahead of time. Hopefully it's right. And it's not even close. Okay, well, can we make it work? Will it just be a little extra slack? Are the threads the same? They appear to be the same. I'm gonna go grab the gauge cluster and just make sure this threads onto there before I go mounting this in the car. That thread's in there. It's our speedometer move. Yes. Hopefully you can see that. I can turn the cable, speedometer moves. The length, I don't think the length would have anything to do with calibration. I could be wrong. I think we can deal with the extra slack. We gotta take this gear off the old one and put it on the new one. Here, get this back up there. Yeah, we should be able to just zip tie the slack up somewhere out of the way where it's not gonna get into anything. All right, gear. Yeah, that popped in there. It felt good. Before it was just coming right through here. Vacuum a little bit so you can see. Yeah, that's a lot of slack to deal with. I can't go around the clutch linkage here, can I? No, that's not gonna work. Well, we'll see how bunched up it is under the dash once we get up there, I guess. Get through there. Come on. There you go. We're gonna have to go up top and figure out where that needs to be. Before we go down with the car, I'm gonna get this fuel line changed out. Hopefully I got the right size line and clamps. Wow, that is just rotten. Wonder if I should check the other. No, I replaced the other fuel line up front. So, wait, more. I think we're still gonna get some more fuel out of here yet. Love it when it goes up the sleeve. Damn it, we're wasting money. Oh, shit. Oh boy, we're gonna get a lot out of there yet. Sorry, don't have a cameraman today. Yeah, we're catching some of that. Okay, well, maybe we'll just take a break for a little bit. Let this finish making a mess everywhere. All right, this thing is not showing any signs of slowing down, and so that I don't run out of fuel on the way to town, I'm just gonna have to do this and make a mess. I already got a piece of line stuck in there. We'll worry about clamps afterwards. We'll have to do the clamps the hard way because there's no way I'm going to be able to slip all the clamps on and fit the line on without getting more soaked than I want to already. Oh yeah, and I left that too long. So, alright, let's guess right about there. Nope, still too long. Come on, you can do it. Get on there. Stuck. Okay, remove the gas can. Stay. Oh, crap. Oh, that corner is just stuck. There it goes. Okay. All right. Find some clamps. Alright, found some clamps, but they're about 6 sizes too big. But they'll work. As long as I can get them apart. Probably be fine without clamps here because this hose is plenty tight. Well, if I ever need a heater core line hose clamp, I know where to find one. All right, we're back at the speedometer cable now. One good thing about this thing being too long, the old one I didn't have any slack to unscrew this back shell here. So that's the one good thing, I guess. It'll be easier to install this than it was to take it out. Maybe. There it goes. I tried to label everything before I unplugged everything on here. So now I gotta figure out what goes where. All right, we'll see what, if anything, I got correct on here. Well, fuel gauge is coming up. I really doubt there's still 3/4 of a tank in there. So I wonder if I got those backwards. Flip those around real quick. Let's see if that goes down to like a 1/4 tank, because I'm guessing it's definitely under half. Come on. There. We're over half a tank now. It's still creeping up. The other way it seemed to go up a lot faster. I don't know, maybe it doesn't matter. That's about where it was with them the other way. All right, let's see if we got oil pressure. It's coming up slowly, but it's coming up. This is actually the first time I've been able to check and make sure this thing has oil pressure. It would have been clattering and making all kinds of racket if I didn't have oil pressure when I first got this thing running. I don't know about the amp meter. And we're gonna have to run it for a while to see if the temp gauge is working. All right, I'm gonna finish putting this together, and then we might run it for a while and see if that temp gauge is working, and then go test drive it. Before I do the brakes, I'd kind of like to see if that speedometer is going to work. All right, got that all in. And the amp gauge is working. If you watch when I start it, it will kick up. Hopefully that shows up on the camera. It does come up just a little bit, but we even got blinkers. They were already on. It's too bright in here. The backlights are working. So, not sure about the fuel gauge. I guess we'll test that soon, next time I fill this thing up, but I'm gonna go see if the speedometer works. All right, here we go. Hey, look at that. It's working. Good enough test for now. We got to get these brakes finished because all I've got is rear brakes right now. It's a little touchy. I wanted to pull this off the lift too because this car is so narrow. I need to slide that right runway over just to make it a little easier to do the brakes up front because I won't be able to hardly reach them. So I'm gonna go do that right now. All right, so a few episodes ago, Levi and I did the rear brakes on this. We got them bled, I pulled them apart. Shoes are still good, everything's good back there, there's no leaks. But we tried to bleed the front and couldn't get the bleeders. They're either clogged up or the wheel cylinders are stuck or whatever. I could tell just after we bled the rear brakes, all we've got is rear brakes. These fronts aren't doing anything. So I bought new wheel cylinders. Hopefully that's all we need to do. I'm gonna pull the drums off, just to give a quick look at the shoes and everything. And while I've got it in the air, I'm gonna check the wheel bearings, repack them if they need it, and get this front finished up, and then she should be safe to drive. So Normally, I do 2 of these stands underneath here because I'm working on pickups, but this thing's light enough. I think one will be enough. So let's see. I don't have the rolling jacks. Ooh, we got definitely got. It's either just a little loose or we got something going on with this wheel bearing on this driver's side. That ought to be safe enough. We're not getting under there. All right, we'll get these wheels off, start tearing it apart. I'm thinking this wheel bearing is just a little loose. Don't think we've got anything major going on in here. Definitely not lacking on grease. They're packed pretty good. At least this outer bearing is. Well, this one looks good. As long as that inside one's looks as good as the outside one. Oh crap, I didn't get wheel seals. All right. Oh man. Should probably get shoes too. Dang it. Dang it, dang it. I mean, they got a little bit of meat left on them, but not a lot. And we're missing a chunk right here. Well, these drums are actually in good shape. Pretty much no lip on there. 65 to 66 Mustang XBOZ. Huh. Somebody wrote on there with a paint pen. I wonder if this is not the original or if he had it apart and he just labeled it to make sure he put it back on the right vehicle. I don't know if you can see that. They wrote on there. Well, I think I'm going to call the parts house and see if they have a set of shoes for this and just stop for now. Might still do the wheel cylinders today, but I doubt they have shoes in stock for this. All right, they don't have the shoes in stock, so everything's going to be there tomorrow. New set of shoes, 2 wheel seals, and a complete hardware kit. I'm going to stop for now and just hold off on these wheel cylinders until tomorrow when I've got everything. I don't do a lot of drum brakes. Nobody does a lot of drum brakes anymore. And my memory's not good enough to pull this apart and remember where everything goes. So I'm just gonna wait till I have everything, and I'll do it one side at a time because that's how I've always done drum brakes, because I don't know, just don't do enough of them to remember all that, where all the springs go. So that's it for today. All right, went to the O'Reilly's this morning, got my brake shoes, everything came in, new wheel seal, hardware kit. So I'm gonna get these brakes done this morning. I already had the wheel cylinders, so. gone. Nope, right there. That's all right. We got new hardware. Doesn't matter. Set up. Get this new one set up just like that before I move on. It's actually not seized, still moves free. And run that back in a ways. And I'll adjust this most of the way when I go to put the rotor, the hub back on in the drum. And I'll run it out to where the drum just snugly fits on there. Not too much drag, but a little bit. Did not come with the new cable. Complete hardware kit, they said. Well, what spring is it? It's the same as the other one. I have to reuse this. It didn't come with a new one of those either. I should have sprayed these down yesterday with some PB Blaster, brake line and everything. So far everything's been pretty good on this car, but here's where everything's going to be seized up probably. Alright, I think I'm going to put you on time lapse. I'll get this wheel cylinder changed out, throw this side back together, and then I'll go ahead and do the other side. All right, I got the brakes done yesterday. New day out here in the shop. We quit early yesterday and ended up taking the four-wheelers out and going riding and did some shed hunting. Levi found a couple of fresh ones. Might have to grab them out of the house and show you later. But needless to say, we kind of quit and just had a fun day yesterday. So we're gonna finish up these brakes this morning. Waiting on Levi to finish eating breakfast. He'll be out here shortly. He's gonna help me bleed the brakes, and then we'll be ready to test drive this thing. Well, I've already driven it a little bit, but take it on an actual test drive. So yeah, we'll get these brakes done. All right, Levi finally made it out here. Teenagers, they take forever to get ready in the morning, you know. All right, bud, go ahead and pump it. Oop, hold on. I forgot to close this other one. Crap. I was letting him gravity bleed for a while, just leaving him open while I was waiting on him. And I shut that one, but I forgot to shut the driver's side one. Okay, let off the pedal.
I already did.
Yeah, that like squirted clear across, and I think it went over my back. It did. Yep. Okay, pump them. One more time and then hold. You holding?
Yep.
A few air bubbles coming through there. I guess that's payback for me talking crap about him a minute ago. All right, release. Pump them. Hold.
Holding.
All the way to the floor.
Yep.
Pump them. Is it feeling pretty good?
It feels very tight.
Oh, it should. Hold.
Yep.
Still getting some air out. Pump them. Hold.
Yep.
There we go. That one was clear. No air bubbles in that one. That was all the way to the floor, right?
Yep.
Okay. Relax. All right, we're gonna get this other side done and we'll be done bleeding these front ones.
Alright, we got the passenger side brake bled. Now we just need to get the driver's side.
Okay, go ahead and pump it, bud.
Okay.
Hold.
Yep.
Down to the floor.
Yep.
Pump it. Hold.
Yep.
Wow, this one's getting the air out quick. Pump it. Hold.
Yep. To the floor.
Okay, you can relax. Alright, time to see if these brakes work. Oh yeah, that pedal feels good. You were right.
Mm-hmm.
Hold the start. Not really a cold start, it's like 55 degrees in here. Yeah. time to take this thing for a test drive. Levi and I, or Levi's behind the camera, we threw his four-wheeler battery in the trunk. We're gonna go get him a new one while we're in town. And we're gonna fill this thing up again, make sure we don't have any more fuel leaks back there. Just another shakedown drive, so see what else we need to do to this thing. I think we're about done as far as drivability. Parking brake. Yeah, that helps. This thing is gutless. Brakes feel good. The back brakes do feel like they need to be backed off just a little bit. They might be a little too tight. Let's try forward gear. Come on. It's just a small hill. You can do it. Give her the onion. Try and do this quick. We only got like 1% battery left. Let's see if she's still leaking. If the gauge is right, we had just a hair over half a tank. So it shouldn't take, I don't think this is a very big tank, maybe 15, 16 gallons. I'm not sure, I'll have to look that up. I think we're gonna be good though. Already up to, we're already up to 6 gallons up there, so yeah, we should be good. Alright, back to the shop. Alright, we put, what does that say? 9.5 gallons in it. So maybe it's a 20-gallon tank. She's shooting up to full. Goes a little past the full mark. I don't know, one of these days we might have to just test it and take a gas can with us and see how accurate that is. Alright, we're gonna head back to the shop. Alright, we've been back for a few minutes now. I'm just gonna check and see if this thing's leaking gas or not. Nope, all dry. We're good. Any other leaks under here? I don't think so. Don't see anything. Alright, well this thing's turning out pretty nice. Still got some things to do to it. Still got to get that back window. I don't know if I mentioned it before. The back seats, I actually took those to an upholstery shop in Riverton because I couldn't find the upholstery or the cushion for the rear seats anywhere in the country or anywhere online. So I had to take those to an upholstery shop. He's gonna cut and make his own cushions, and then he is going to install the upholstery that we got in this kit. So it'll probably be a while before we get back to these front seats. I don't know how long. We still need to wax and buff this thing, try and clean up all the chrome. What else? A few more tune-up things on the engine. I still want to get those different plug wires anyways, so if you haven't watched all of this series yet, go back and start at the beginning. We edit, if you didn't know already, we got this out of a barn in Colorado where it sat for 40 years. So make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks for watching.